Hello everybody, I'm Redbeard Anubis and welcome back to RB Airsoft. Today we're taking a tabletop review of the CYMA FN P90 licensed by Cybergun. Let's talk about it. Alright, so what do we got here? We got a AEG platform that has a version 6 gearbox, has a small Tamiya wire to the rear here in the rear compartment. Takes 68 rounds in the magazine, which these are the top loading magazine, which is very P90. This is the P90 with the rail. You can fit any optic on here. The footage that you will be seeing in this video, I used a basic cheapo red dot off of Amazon. It worked pretty decently. First time I really used that red dot. I like my EOTech copy better, honestly. But it wasn't bad. It wasn't great, but it wasn't bad. It does have semi and full auto as well. This is a nice, compact, handy package that is great for CQB. It can get very, very tight. No problems. My biggest complaint is there's not a lot of rail space on the side for lights or laser. There's probably some adapters or something else I could get for these, but I haven't really looked into it. I'll be honest, I've only run this a couple times now, but every time I have, it's performed very well. It is fully licensed by Cybergun. It does have the FN Herschel markings on both sides, as well as the CYMA marking at the top. It is actually a pretty hefty package for what it is. It's an all polymer plastic body with metal components. Charging handle is metal, the rails are metal, the outer barrel is metal, the muzzle device is metal, the selector is metal, the magazine release buttons, they're metal as well. And yeah, it's metal where it needs to be, just like the real thing. This is a PDW. In real life, it fires the 5.7 cartridge. It was made for troops that don't need a full-size rifle but need something more than a handgun. So this is one of the contenders, the P90. The other one was the MP7. This thing is technically considered a bullpup because in the real one, the action is back here. The rounds feed from the magazine from here back, drop down on a tilt and drop, and they actually eject. It's sealed on the replica, but they drop out of here. So that's how that works. So yeah, so normally the fire control group is back here, and it's technically a bullpup because the trigger is in front of the gearbox. So even in airsoft terminology, the trigger is in front of the gearbox, therefore it's a bullpup. It's a version 6, like I said, which is usually normal for P90s. So it will take version 6 gearbox parts. It is well designed for close quarters. I mostly play CQB nowadays, and honestly this thing performs well. It's very tight, as I showed. You can get into tight corners, make good shots, lean corners quickly with it. It definitely does bridge that gap between a pistol and a rifle in every sense of the word. And honestly, to tell you the truth, I really like it. I still carry a pistol with me just in case. However, though, I find myself using this in tighter situations than I normally would, which makes sense for a PDW, even smaller than an MP5 full-size submachine gun, which is great when you're navigating tight corners and need to make quick shots. There are some complaints to it, I will say, ergonomic-wise, that people won't be used to. And we'll get into that. I do have some fixes for that I will show, but we're going to dive more into it as we go.
Got him. We're good. Boop.
Alrighty. So with this P90, you're looking at a total package that's approximately 20 inches, which is pretty short. It does have some heft to it, which is surprising considering it's an all polymer body. It's about 5.5 to 6 pounds with everything. And the barrel length is actually long because the inner barrel starts here and then goes all the way to here, which is about 10 inches, which is pretty much decent enough in what you need. Because it is a bullpup, that is why it's not bad. To get the battery compartment off, you have to hit this button at the back here and slide down. It's kind of annoying. It's kind of tight. The batteries go in the back here in this compartment here and slide up and tuck in. It is small Tamiya wired. I usually use a 7.4 LiPo with this. I have a Matrix 1700 7.4 volt 20C, and it performed very well with that battery during my last skirmish that I went out with it. Also, what's nice about it is you get a lot of power in a small package. Now, they do make battery compartment extensions, and I will actually show you that because this is kind of small. You're limited. You're limited, and this is one of the problems with the platform. You're limited on where to attach slings and other things that people have used to custom, like on standard AR rifles or even AKs, whatever. So, Angel Custom makes a back plate for the AEG that comes with a quick detach or QD ring here, so you can put on a QD button for a sling, and this holds it very well and very secure. This slides on your back. Also, if you want to run a nickel metal hydride, which why would you, but if you do and you want to run a really big battery to make sure that you're good throughout the whole day, this thing has enough space to hold that. It slides on just like the other one. You just line it up in the grooves, and then after that you slide it on. It does extend the length of pole here by about an inch, inch and a half, maybe a little bit more. I didn't measure, I'll be honest, but honestly, for someone my size, that's actually not a bad thing. I find it more comfortable with that extension on it. So that's either here nor there, but that's an option. This was not that bad. I forget the exact price on this, but I know they sell them on eVic. So that's there on that. One cool thing and why I put the battery in is that this gun mimics the actual trigger of the P90 very well. And what I mean by that, so you have your safe, and then you'll have your CYMA. We're gonna take out the magazine here. It is unloaded, but we're just gonna take it out to show. So one trigger pull, semi-auto. Kind of spongy. What do you expect from a bullpup trigger? It's not bad though. There's no wall or reset really. It's just there. It's kind of spongy. But the full auto is really cool because why that is. So I'm in full technically. However, so you got to get used to it, but it has what's called a progressive trigger, which this is common on the P90 as well as the AUG. I think a couple other platforms have it. Personally, I don't care for it. It's kind of weird, but once you get used to it, say you're playing outdoors and you're using a CQB or PDW weapon. Maybe you're a sniper and this is your secondary. I don't know. It's up to you. You play how you want to. That's what I look at. It's airsoft. So you can pull off single shots with controlled trigger, or hold the thing down and let it rip. So it's up to you. We're not going to dry fire any more than that. We're going to go ahead and put the magazine back in. And that's how I do it. I normally, when I'm reloading, it is kind of weird to get used to, but when I'm reloading, take this magazine out, drop it down, put it in, and there you go. Also, I like to run the charging handle. Don't need to, it's an AEG, but this one is nice quality where you can run this all day, every day. It does stick sometimes, but other than that, it does snap back into place. I like it. Kind of feel like I'm running the real thing, but not really. So yeah, that's pretty decent there. These are 68 rounders that come with it, which is great. I hate high caps, and I don't know how high caps would really work that well on a P90 anyway. Yeah. What I suggest for magazines, speaking of magazines, let's go into that right now. This is one of my placards for my vest that I wear, and this is the ViperTech P90 SMG pouches. These also hold UMP 45 mags really well. They're very big, very deep in the pockets. So when they are on, they have 2 slots, and as you can see, it holds the magazine without sticking. This is one solution I've come up with. I've looked for other solutions. I know you could probably use taco pouches or whatever, but with this vest I can hold 6 UMP or P90 magazines. And honestly, the reloads aren't tight. They're loose enough where I need it, I grab it, we're there. So for those looking for P90 pouches to run the platform, I do suggest the ViperTech pouches. These are versatile pouches in my opinion for your P90 platform.
He's right at the window.
All right, so let's talk about the hop-up unit. This is an AEG. We're going to need to adjust the hop just like any airsoft gun. It's actually inside this thumb hole where you put your hand to grab. Up here it's rotary style. You just change the dial with how you need it. And yeah, once you adjust it, it does stay put. It has pretty decent stock hopping, hop up bucking. So I've used 20s on this mostly. However, for indoor play, I normally also sometimes use 25s, just depending. I do have this downgraded on the spring, so it shoots around 300 feet per second with 20s. The main spring was way too much, so I did downgrade it. I think the original was like 400 or something like that, which is way too hot for CQB. So your results may vary on what you want to use. For me personally, with the spring and 20s right at 300, I usually stick with 20s with this platform. They perform well, especially in CQB areas. If you're playing outdoors, that may not be a factor for you. You may be able to keep it stock, and you may be able to run it the way you want to on that. But the hop-up is good. It hops 20 and 25s perfectly fine. I have not had any issues with that.
Good try. We got him.
About the internal components, the version 6 gearbox, excuse me, the version 6 gearbox, the materials used on it, the gear materials are steel gears, which are nice for that. It has a polymer piston with a metal rack, which is pretty standard on most budget to mid-tier AEGs. The cylinder is metal. The cylinder head is the polymer, like I said. The motor is your standard CYMA long type motor. And of course it is the wiring, which is to the rear here, which again, standard AEGs, nothing crazy. Sorry about that.
All right, I'm going. Got them both. Yeah, they weren't expecting me to go.
Because it is a bullpup, it's a small package. People may think, well, then it's not going to be that accurate, blah, blah, blah. No, actually, that's not the case. Because it is a bullpup design, as I said, gearbox behind the trigger. You actually get a very long inner barrel here, which is good for accuracy. This is, in my opinion, about the same accuracy from inner barrels like a G36C or an MP5. You're getting the same barrel length, inner barrel length for the BB, but you're getting a tighter package, which is why I like this for CQB. The rate of fire, I don't care. I don't use full auto because I'm inside using CQB rules, which is usually no full auto. CQB is outdoors. I mean, it's decent. It performs well. It's consistent. That's all I care about. But the chance of me actually using this, if I ever do play on an outdoor field again, are slim. I have other options, other choices. If you want to build a quick CQB or outdoor CQB package, this might be for you in that case if you want that. Full auto would probably be a lot of fun with it. But again, personally, I don't see the point in that. So we did already talk about the battery configuration that I went on about. Like I said, you can use a 9.4 volt nickel metal hydride in this if you want. Pretty big batteries, which is why this Angel custom battery pack on the back. Extender with the sling swivel is words are hard. It's a good option to have if you want to use a bigger battery. For me, the LiPo fits in. I could use the standard plate if I wanted to, but I lose my sling option, so I just keep the sling option. 7.4 LiPos don't go over it. It does not have a MOSFET. So what does that mean? So if you don't have a MOSFET and you're using LiPo batteries, there is a chance, the sooner than later, down the road, depending on how heavy you use it, that you will wear out the trigger contacts for the electrical system between the motor and your trigger. There is a possibility. A MOSFET basically prevents any electrical overcharge to those circuits, so you don't burn anything out, which is nice. I will admit, it's nice. I have MOSFET on a lot of my guns now that are AEG, and yeah, it does help, but at the same time, if you're not using this model consistently, constantly, all the time, I don't see an issue with running a LiPo every once in a while in it. That's just my opinion. Your opinion may vary on that. I don't know. I'm just saying. They are mechanical trigger contacts due to the fact that it is a bullpup. Now, the upgrade compatibility of this, if you want to upgrade this and make this to your ultimate CQB style, you could get a tighter bore inner barrel for better accuracy at range. You could do the bucking and nub, which is all standard AEG compatible. Remember, all the gears for the gearbox are version 6. They already have steel gears, so it depends if you want to change it or not, what you want to do with that. If you're a tech and you want to upgrade it, you probably know more than me. I'm not going to pretend I do. And honestly, to tell you the truth, the internals are very different from a version 2 or a version 3 gearbox, so a M4, standard M4 type, or a AK type. So you need to know what you're doing. I mean, if you want to tinker with it, that's your call. It's your gun. You do what you want with it. You can disassemble it, but you would have to remove the majority of the body pins in this. Personally, I have not taken apart. There's no point for me to do it. I just make sure that the inner barrel is clear of debris, that my battery's fully charged, that my magazines are seating and locking well, and I'm good to go. This is a plug-and-play kind of replica, in my opinion. Alright, to finish this out, what are the intended use cases? Well, CQB, close quarters battles, situations, indoor fields. That's where this shines. Compact loadouts, where you want a short, tight package. Ambidextrous user configurations, which are nice because if you're left-handed, you don't have to worry about it. You'll have to use the selector in which way is safe, which way is fire, but it's very easy to use from both sides. This gun is very easy to have here. Switch hands here if you need to. If you need to peek around a corner, you don't want to expose your whole body while peeking on one side, you can just switch shoulders and do a quick peek. It's very intuitive that way, especially for people who are left-handed as well. I have a friend who is left-handed and he seems to like my ambidextrous platforms. Would make sense. But to sum it all up, the CYMA P90 is a good starter to mid-tier AEG in that sense. It's not something that's boom, wow, pow factor. If you want a P90 platform for CQB and you want something different, not another M4, not another AK, mostly M4s nowadays. I see so many M4 variants and derivatives, it's ridiculous. This is different. Everybody's, when I took this, they're like, oh, hey, that's a P90. I haven't seen one of those. It stands out if you care about that. If you don't and you just like the platform and you want something tight and compact but also with a longer barrel, shockingly, it's pretty good. You're not going to get crazy good trigger pulls from it. It's good for what it is. I do enjoy it. The magazine configuration is kind of annoying. The worst thing about this was finding pouches that worked. But the ViperTech pouches do work well, so that's one thing. Once I found those, I'm like, oh, this is great. And then I could use them for UMP 45 mags, which are just as annoying as P90 mags in terms of length and size. So, on that note, everybody, I hope you guys did enjoy it. If you like this video, please leave a like. If you think somebody can find any of this information useful, go ahead and share it. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, please do so. I'd appreciate it. And thank you very much for watching, and we'll see you on the next one. Take care of yourselves, and have a wonderful, wonderful evening. Bye.
Hey, y'all, you got me? Yeah, go. What? Are you kidding?